Hi, everybody. I'm Sheree from the library. I love the month of February because it's all about love. So this month I brought some of the books that I love the most to share with you. I want to start with some historic fiction. This is Code Talker by Joseph Bruchac, and it's about Navajo code talkers during World War II. Germans were able to break all the American codes, and so it led to all kinds of military losses until somebody had the idea to revive the Navajo language and use that as the longest unbreakable code of all time. It's also contrasted with Navajo kids who were taken from their families and put in boarding schools to try to train their Navajo ways and language out of them. Fantastic story. This is Ruta Septi's Salt to the Sea. Every book she writes is fantastic. This is about World War II. It's winter 1945. There are 4 teenagers who are all desperately trying to get back into Germany for different reasons, coming from different places. And they all believe that if they can just get passage onto a ship that is traveling to Germany, they will be able to survive. It's based on a true story of the worst shipwreck ever. And I knew nothing about it, even though I'd read extensively about World War II. If you want a story that reads like an incredible, suspenseful adventure, to know that it's true, unbelievable. Next up, we changed to I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. A lot of you know I love a book with big feels, big suspense, big excitement, big heartbreak, and this has it all. It's about Jude and her twin brother Noah, and when they are younger, they are inseparable. They do everything together, but then something happens that drives them apart, and years later, they're barely speaking. And we come to find out why, because Noah is telling the story of their early years, later years Jude tells about. You can see that this book has like the illustration has all these colors exploding out, and this is what my brain and my heart felt like when I finished this book. It was amazing. This is Speak, which goes a different way. And Speak is the story of a freshman in high school, a young girl who goes to a party. She is assaulted at the party, and when she calls the police and the police break up the party, everybody is angry at her because she ruined the party. It is a powerful book. It is an experience that is all too familiar, and it is something you won't soon forget. I also want to mention Looking for Alaska when we talk about books we won't forget. This is one of the most well-known books by the amazing John Green. He's writing about kids at a boarding school. The main character is Miles. Miles befriends his roommate and a girl down the hall named Alaska. The book is divided into before and after chapters, and when you find out what happens that makes it our lives before and our lives after, that is the whole twist in the book. This is Hey Kiddo. It is a graphic novel, and it's a true story of the author's growing up. His mother is addicted, and he ends up living with his grandparents. They love him very much, but they also have their own issues, and there's a lot of anger in the house. When he is a teenager, he starts to take art classes, and those change his life. And he begins to be able to draw and talk about all of his experiences. These are all books that have a lot of big feels, so know that they are intense and meant for a teen audience. The biggest feeling book of all is All My Rage. This book won the prize for the best book of last year. I can't stop talking about it. It's about a boy whose mother passes away. He is from a Muslim immigrant family. They run a hotel, and he is determined to keep the motel going despite his dad's crushing grief. He gets involved with a way to make money that is illegal. He brings his best friend into it. My description can't even do this book justice because you will turn every page to find out what happens next, what is going on with these two, and it is an incredible journey. A little bit lighter, a little more happiness if these have all brought you down a little too far. This is In the Wild Light, and this is by Jeff Zentner. Everything he writes is great. This particular book is about a girl who is a science genius. She is offered a full scholarship to college, and she agrees to it only if her best friend is allowed to come with her. Cash has already lost his mom in an accident. He lives with his grandparents. He's torn between taking advantage of this amazing scholarship and staying with his grandfather, who is getting sicker and sicker. But in the end, he goes away with Delaney and they start college together. What they end up finding out is that they love each other in so many different ways. And it's a beautiful, beautiful story of their friendship, their relationship. My all-time favorite YA book is David Levithan's Boy Meets Boy. It's a quick, fast read, and it's about an amazing town somewhere in America where love is an awesome thing. And who you love and how you love them can be all different kinds of feelings. For instance, the homecoming queen is also the star quarterback. There are friends who may not be friends anymore, and there are new friends that they meet along the way. It's the coolest sounding town where there's all kinds of things for teens to do and places for them to hang out. And when you meet it, or when you read it, and you meet everybody in it, you're going to learn a lot about love. It's the best. Last but not least, I need to mention The Collectors. It is a collection of stories. This book won the Prince Award last year. It is for the best young adult book of the year. It's edited by A.S. King, who is an author in her own right, has written amazing books. She had an idea about collections. She started thinking about collections. She called up 9 of her favorite YA authors and said, write a short story about collections. It can be as weird as you want. It can defy all norms of writing. So if you're looking for a truly weird, wild book, this is it, The Collectors, Prince Winner 2023. Thank you so much for listening. I hope that you come to the library and check out some of these books that I love or find the books that you love. Bye.